Hello my lovely unicorns and non-unicorns, and welcome to our fourth Christmas-inspired NerDIY episode. I am in my kitchen, as you can tell, so that means I'm going to bake again. Yes, I got my Christmas jumper ready as well, and today I'm going to show you how to make these super cute Final Fantasy inspired gingerbread cookies. Let's start with the things we need. We need 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 cups of molasses, or I choose maple syrup. You can also go for honey, depending on what is reachable in your region. Also, you need 1 egg, half a cup of butter, and for your spices you need half a teaspoon of ground cloves and ground nutmeg, half a tablespoon of ground ginger and ground cinnamon, and then also half a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. For tools we need our trusty old electrical beater or your stand mixer. Also, you're going to need a hand whisk and your measurement spoons. Don't forget your mixing bowls. And last but not least, of course, our Final Fantasy cookie cutter. I got them from a shop on Etsy. Again, I love buying stuff on Etsy. I'm going to link the shop down below in the description. They have many other cookie cutters, so it doesn't even need to be Final Fantasy, but that's our theme today. So let's start with our baking. First, we are going to mix together all our dry ingredients. So get your flour and dump it into your bowl. Get rid of that. Then take your half a teaspoon of baking powder. Then dissolve. Come out. Then our ground cloves. Also our nutmeg. A little bit more of our ground ginger. And last but not least, our ground cinnamon. Now we are going to combine this by whisking it together, and then we can go on to our wet ingredients. For our wet ingredients, we are going to whisk together our butter and our brown sugar first, and then add all the other stuff. So get your butter into your bowl, then your brown sugar on top. Get out there. Yeah. And then my favorite part, get this in there. Okay, we got that evenly combined, and now we are going to add our egg first. So crack it open. And then we are going to add our maple syrup. So put that in. And then our little teaspoon, well, we flopped that, but we are going to add our teaspoon of vanilla extract. And in here. And so combine it again till everything is evenly and nice and smooth. Okay, we got our dry and wet ingredients, and now we are going to mix everything together till we have our perfect dough. So add your dry ingredients. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit first and then add the rest later. And then, once again, you're mixing. Okay, our dough is mixed together, but not really the dough we can work with. It's way too sticky and way too not workable with. We can't spread it out and can't cut out our cookies at the moment. So what we are going to do now is either put this whole lump into one wrapping plastic wrap and then put it into the fridge, or we separate it into 2 or 3 pieces and then wrap it up, fridge, and then we just need to leave it for an hour into the fridge and then we can work with it. So make sure your arms are not in the way or your sweater is not in the way, because now you have to take your hands for this. So take some part of the sticky, very sticky dough, smooth it a little bit together and place it onto this. Take some more for the other part. Ooh, it's super sticky. So we got our two pieces. I flattened it out a little bit and now I'm going to wrap this together really tight, like so. Next one, wrap it up tight, like so. Got your flat surfaces and now put them into the fridge for 1 hour. I took the dough out of the fridge and to be honest, I prefer to leave it in there for at least overnight. You can do it for an hour, but it's a safer way to do it overnight. Now we are going to roll out this bad boy. Okay, so we roll this out and now we are going to use our fancy little Final Fantasy cookie cutter. I'm going to first start with my Moogle. This one has two parts. This is the cutter part and this is the stem part to have your design. So I'm going to start with this. We got all our designs and now we are going to remove all the excess dough and then we transfer our Final Fantasy cookies on our baking sheet. And while we are doing this, I would recommend preheat your oven now to around 180 degrees. Let this warm up a little bit and then do the transfer to the baking sheet and then pop it in for around 15 minutes. Got those cookies onto our baking sheet and now pop them into the oven. And your cookies are done. So if you're still in need baking something for Christmas, either to give away or to treat yourself, or maybe to bake something together with your friends and family, I tell you, gingerbread cookies are the thing. I mean, okay, it's the perfect thing to make on Christmas. Everybody does this. But well, you might also need to order those cookie cutters and you might face some hardships like you accidentally destroy one of your cookies, or the cookie pattern or the cookie dough might stick to the cutter. Stuff like that happens, or you accidentally put too much spices into it. Maybe you go a little bit, just a tiny little bit careful with the spices. And then everything should be alright. I know you can do it, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we see us next time for our last Christmas-inspired NerDIY for December. You can use wood glue or Mod Podge or cloth. Take a picture with your phone or your camera to remember your design. First, we are going to mix together all our dry ingredients. So get your flour and dump it into your bowl.